Are you ready for a signature win, Keith?
I am ready for a signature win. Is that what that was?
Well,
I'm ready for one. I don't know if that was.
can you have a signature win against the Baltimore Orioles? I'm going to tell you why I think you can.
I don't think you can.
Okay.
I don't think you
So
can.
not even a signature win?
No, I think maybe, those pick a win from the Yankee series maybe felt a little bit more like a signature win. I thought it was a good win the way that it happened, but the Orioles are bad. Like, the Orioles have been in last place all season.
Was Rafaela's walk-off against Tampa a win? Because Tampa kind of sucks.
Yeah, but better than Baltimore.
They are better than
Yeah.
Baltimore. That was also, Fenway was nuts for that one. That was a
True.
home game with the lights going off.
That's true.
It felt like a big one for the Red Sox for a bunch of reasons, chiefly because everybody around them won last night. You don't see this a lot in the standings, which is why I would make a case that was a big swing signature win last night for the Sox with Cedar Rafaela, who, by the way,
I was gonna say specifically because of him.
was right in the middle
of
a big mix-up with Jarren Duran 2 innings prior.
That was bizarre.
It was very strange.
I'm surprised Bayo didn't run out there. If you're a pitcher and that happens, how do you not run out there and get in their faces? So you have these two outfielders. One of them we think is one of the great defensive center fielders in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe the best. Everybody tells me he's the best in center field. Jarren Duran, we've seen his ups and downs out there.
I was going to say, I'm not surprised Duran was involved in a play like that. I'm shocked Rafaela
But
was.
2 outs, and the two of them are just standing there, and it lands in between them. It's like, even in high school, you don't see that.
Yeah,
You're like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
And then in comes a run. You're like, all right, that wasn't great. And then, lo and behold, those two guys, a couple innings later, get on base, hit a home run, and they win the game. It's pretty amazing that those two were like, yeah, that's on us. That's on us. We screwed up, but we'll make up for it. Don't worry about it. And they did.
So signature win, maybe too strong. You can agree or disagree
it's
there.
little much.
On the phone, 617-779-7937. You can interact Twitter and Instagram at Jones and Keefe. Watch along and chat, twitch.tv/Boston WEEI. Always a healthy chat going on Twitch. And you can do the same on YouTube. Just subscribe to WEEI. Blue Jays won last night. The Yankees won last night. The Mariners, Royals, Rangers, Guardians, if you even count that, and legitimately everybody around them won last night. So if signature win is too strong, Keith, that was a big swing victory for the Red Sox last night because a lot of teams would have gained ground on a very frustrating play between Rafaela and Duran. So at minimum, it's a big swing game if signature win is too strong.
Yeah, it keeps them in the top wild card spot, but I feel like they're really in jeopardy of missing the playoffs. Now, you never we've seen this team have big leads, or this franchise, I should say, have leads in the standing, and then it slips away. So you don't want to, convince yourself they're in it until they actually are. So it was an important win based off of everything around it. And it was a fun comeback win and all that stuff. Dramatic win. But they've had some of these ninth inning wins, right? They've had some pretty exciting walk-offs. This wasn't a walk-off, obviously, as they're on the road, but they've had some pretty exciting wins before. But again, because it's the Orioles and had the Yankees and Mariners and the Blue Jays, let's say, lost last night, you're just like, all right, 1-run win, beat the Orioles, now go for the sweep tomorrow. It's sort of what you'd be thinking. So I'll take it. Good stuff. Another good pitching performance. Another insane closing appearance by the best closer in baseball.
Guy doesn't give up hits. That last at bat, and you heard some of it there on the Will Fleming call. But that last at bat was kind of crazy. Just like a scrub up there, fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch.
You're like, what?
Then he finally stands there with the bat on his shoulder.
2 nights ago, I think it was the last batter that Giolito got out because he was starting to lose his control a little bit, and he just kept fouling him off.
Yeah,
like,
similar
oh my God,
at bat.
It's a war.
Yeah.
Let's get it. So yeah, that was a battle, and Chapman got the best of him. You want a quick warm take as it relates to Chapman?
Yeah.
He's been so freaking good. I kind of want him to give up a run before the playoffs because I feel like he's going to go into with some insane streak in the playoffs.
07 Pat's logic.
Yes. Chapman on the mound, and they're like, hasn't given up a run since April. And you're like, what? And then he goes out there, and that's what would happen. It was like Emmanuel Clase last year. Remember how good he was? And then the playoffs, he just
no, that's your guy.
I know. He was betting on the games, but he was great. He was betting on himself clearly until the playoffs.
Sure.
And then things went sideways. But no, Chapman.
Good juice on the opponent in October, I think.
I guess so. He cashed. But yeah, no, every time you watch Chapman now, you just not only are you like, he's not going to give up a run, you're like, he's not going to give up a base runner.
Good warm take.
Maybe allow one.
Good
Maybe
warm take. Hey, Chapman, like Cora, maybe pitch him for 4 outs or something like that.
Yeah.
Or pitch
Extend him.
pitch him 3 days in a row because he's not going to give up any runs in the meantime. Have him give up a run, get that out of his flush the system.
Yeah.
Get a nice pre-postseason cleanse for Chapman.
Do you know how many earned runs? I mean, it's not actually that far. It's only one off from runs total, but earned runs Chapman has allowed this season.
He gave up. What series was it? He gave up a home run where they asked him to get 4 outs. I'm trying to remember who that was against.
Oh, yeah, right.
I remember
Chicago,
that.
Was it the White Sox?
No, maybe he gave up one.
He definitely gave up a run against the White Sox.
He gave up a home run. The last run he allowed was a home run to the Phillies.
When he was trying to get 4 outs, right?
It was
that
a
was
blown
against
save in 11 innings against the Phillies, which they actually did win that game.
Did he give up one like right away against Texas at the beginning of the year?
He gave up a home run to the White Sox.
Okay, so Nick remembered that. White Sox.
He actually...
Is it like 3 earned runs? Like, what is it?
6 earned runs.
5 or 6. 7.
Nope, 6. 6 earned runs all season.
All year.
And 2 of them were in April to the White Sox in 2 different games against the White Sox. How weird is that?
All right, well, good news is he will not be facing the White
Doesn't
Sox
worry
in
about
October.
That.
Yeah, that's true.
So he gave up 2 earned runs in April. He gave up 3 earned runs in May. He gave up 0 earned runs in June.
Yep.
1 in July and 0 in August.
How many hits has he given up in August? Any?
No.
He hasn't given up a hit in August.
No, he has not. He's thrown more than a no-hitter. He's thrown 10 innings.
No, I think since that Phillies game, I think he's given up a hit.
That's unbelievable.
He's 10.
Yeah, he's done that twice this year.
Yeah,
I
remember
think in June he didn't
You
do
remember
it.
when Breslow signed him? We both were like,
Oh, this guy. Get him out of here.
A couple of baseball
Now
guys
I'm like,
here.
if you need to sign him to a 7-year deal, you do it. You do it today. 10 innings this month. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, 12 Ks.
All right, well, this does tie in
and
nicely.
Nick's right. In the month of June, he gave up 2 total hits and no runs.
That's pretty good. That's going to work.
He's outrageous.
So it does tie in with what I think is the question coming out of last night's game. Is this the kind of team you should trust in close games? And I define that as 1-run games. Because remember, an early criticism of this team this year, Alex Cora, when we were all ready to fire him, which I don't feel as bad about that one as the Chapman take.
No.
But when we were all ready to fire the manager, and they were something like, I don't remember the exact record. They were something like 6-18 in 1-run games.
It was definitely like worse than 10 games under. Yeah.
And I remember Cora saying at the time, and I thought it was an unsatisfactory excuse just because you can't just point to the math and say, well, it's all going to level out and 1-run games, some of it is luck. I acknowledge it's luck. I still don't want to hear the manager say that as an excuse after a bad loss. Like, oh, well, we're due. But they're now up to 19-24 in 1-run games, which is still a losing record. But that's a massive, massive turnaround. Are we to the point where we should trust them in these close games, Keefe? And if so, I'd imagine Chapman is a big factor in why you would.
Chapman's a huge factor, but so is Whitlock. Right? Like, I think so. Now you're talking about if you have a lead or the game is tied after 7 innings, I feel like, all right, you have as good a chance as anybody, don't you?
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, Chapman's been insane. And even Whitlock, like they were showing the numbers. We were highlighting, starting pitchers since June 10th, for example, right? And they had 3 of the 5 best starting pitchers in the American League for ERA. But even if if you go back to June, I forget what date people are targeting. So there obviously was one blow up in there somewhere. So let's say it was like June 8th, maybe. It's the relief ERA is just as good as the starter ERA.
I think the date was June 10th, the one we were referencing
Was
yesterday.
it? No, I know that was
for
the starter.
Giolito and Bayo.
I saw another one last night.
ERA is a little before.
But they're great, though.
Yeah.
Like the bullpen has also been really, really good over that time. So, yeah, I do feel better about it. It's hard to put a lot on a 21-year-old as well, but a lot of those 1-run losses, Roman Anthony wasn't on the team yet, and that's just another bat. That's just another like quality at bat every time he's up. It seems like something good comes of it when he's up there. Bregman probably, I'm guessing, was out for a lot of those games too. So having like those 2 guys in there, plus the way this pitching staff has kind of turned things around, I do have more confidence in it. Plus, if you're talking about home versus road, I mean, home, they already had like a decent record anyway. It was on the road. It was brutal. 1 run on the road. And so you see yesterday another example of them getting a win in that situation where 3 months ago, maybe it goes the other way. Maybe after a miscommunication in the outfield, that directly leads to a loss. Now things feel different.
Yeah, I mean, it is a case, and you see momentum or the old cliche, when things are going well, they tend to work out. I do feel like there's a lot of that going on with the Red Sox. You want to chalk it up to vibes. That's another sort of intangible way to discuss it, but I do think all of that is true with the way the team's playing right now. Even if it's corny and hard to quantify, I do feel like it's true with the way the team's trending, and they have been much better in one-run games, close games. Some of that is a guy like Chapman, who is shutting it down at the end of games, although the text line is pointing out, Keefe.
Yeah.
The last time you praised a reliever, it was Jordan Hicks.
Well, no, I was hopeful. He throws gas.
I mean,
Does he not throw gas?
I was complimenting. I haven't seen him in a while. Is he still throwing gas?
Does he look like the guy from Ironheart? Yes, he does.
I was complimenting Alcala at the exact same
True,
time. He's no
true.
longer on the team.
No.
I'm not sure he caught on anywhere.
No, but Chapman's doing well.
Yeah.
No, but this is also the formula. If you look at the 4 World Series teams, now some of it by the end of the year, things were a little bit more in flux. But look at the 4 World Series teams since 04, the 4 winning teams. A starter, dominant closer. You needed that every time. Now, you also needed like a David Ortiz or like a Manny or a Mookie. But I'm saying, pitching-wise,
2018 was a little different, right? Because Kimbrel didn't really survive the postseason, but all regular season, you're right.
So that's what I'm saying.
Kimbrel was
no,
that
and
guy.
that's why I'm saying, all right, maybe things get a little wonky and maybe, Garrett Crochet ends up closing the World Series or something, right? Like, that's not what you had. But for the 2018 season, you had Sale and you had Kimbrel. By the playoffs, you're right, Kimbrel wasn't as reliable, but by the end of August, in 2018, at this time, we were talking about you have those guys. So you felt like if you had a lead late, they were going to lock it down. And then it got a little away from them. But still, that's sort of the borderline, whether it was Folk, Papelbon, Uehara, or Kimbrel. Like, those are 4 all-star dominant closers for their time. Chapman is right there with all those guys.
Yeah. Some of it, too, beyond Chapman, the way they played in one-run games and close games and turned that around, and it feels like they have it rolling there. Some of it is guys who feel clutch. Like, Rafaela hasn't been hitting at all.
No.
Since the All-Star.
No, he's cool. Even Cora was, making fun of him.
And, right, they sat him down for a stretch or a game here or there. Lou started referencing, at least was the first place I saw it, it coincides with asking him to play second base and move around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, I want guys to be flexible. I'm not going to walk back any criticism I had of Devers. Like, if they ask you to play second base, you should play second base. If they ask you to play short, center field, whatever, with Rafaela, you should. But was that impacting him at the plate? Maybe. I mean, maybe he was taking one for the team, and it was personally forcing him to sacrifice a little bit on the field. But it does feel like a guy you want up in big spots.
Yeah.
And maybe that's anecdotal. It goes back to the Tampa series. It goes back to last night.
No, but even Rafael a year ago, you remember his rookie year, he had a ton of RBI. And I know a lot of advanced stats people are like, RBI doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't know, when runners were on, he seemed to hit better. He had a knack for it. What do you have, 75 RBI or something? He had a good total.
He was hitting 400 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
And he was hitting 215 on the season.
Yeah. You're like, so something's up. He's something he kind of lives for those moments a little bit more. But how many different guys have we seen with the big hit? My guy Trevor Story, who I've always liked and supported.
Yeah, you've never doubted.
Nope. Roman Anthony and Bregman are kind of obvious ones, but even Jarren Duran's had signature moments this year. And now you're talking about half your lineup. Wilyer Abreu when he's back. They've had a bunch of guys come through in those moments.